Right, hello. Now, many of you have been wanting update things that are happening in the world, and I thought I'd do that. Now, usually, if you're watching this, you should be watching this on shitey networks. It's the only place that I have my organisation broadcast now. Now, if I find that this has gone out on YouTube, it's because some little upstart decided to infiltrate my my organisation and disseminate the intel, the great intel that I give, probably because they're jealous and they want to be me. Just going to say it. If this is going out on another YouTube channel, it's because they want to be me. Just think about that. Right, okay. So anyway, so for those members, they wanted me to speak out on this, and I'm actually going to speak out on a lot of things today, in a roundabout sort of way. Myself and Bicky Pegg run a spiritual organisation, and within that there are members of my organisation that are upset with what's going on, because they're sensitive. Let's say they're a bit, maybe too sensitive actually. But anyway, they asked myself, to give the intel and my thoughts, which I'm going to carefully do now. And what I'm going to open with, what I'm going to say is, for those of you who are suggesting that what has happened might not have really happened in real life, all I'll say is look what happened with InfoWars. Look what happened with Alex, and when he said that something didn't happen that happened, that may or may not have happened, that did happen or might not have happened. Look what happened to him. I don't want to be in that position. So I'm just gonna keep it keep it light, and just say I'm going to be very careful how I say the things that I might say. I think that makes sense. Now, for those of you who said, are you hiding away? No. I've not been in hiding. I've been waiting for the RV, which I'm going to talk about in this broadcast, because it's important and it is something that I have deep knowledge of, and I feel I need to give you the intel on. Right. But what I will say is, for those of you who are upset, some of you do get upset about what's going on, what you've seen. Be careful. Remember, why are you seeing that? Who's putting it out there? Who wants you to see that, and why, and how? Just think about that. What I would say is, for the people who aren't sure, just think about Pearl Harbor and how all of that worked out and why that happened and things like. Great movie. I rather like the young lady in it. Can't remember her name. I felt she was making eyes at me. Gonna say I would definitely send her a time. I would. I liked her very much. Sorry, I just distracted myself a little bit there. The real war, of course, is the war for our hearts and minds. So I'm just going to bypass all of the awful stuff and just say the real war is the war for our hearts and minds. I like that talking point very much. It works well for our community. And, Fraudy is talking about it. And for those of you saying, have you fallen out with Fraudy because you didn't go to the do earlier in the year, you didn't go to the conference that got cancelled? Look, I had my reasons for that, and it was what the white hats under the stairs told me about the security situation. That's why I backed out. It's not because I don't love Fraudy. I think he's a cracking chap, and he really knows what he's doing. But I also want to say, you know, I don't want this situation, you know, this situation that's going on at the moment. I don't want you to think I'm leaning in a certain camp. You know, you think that I'm leaning more to one side than the other, and that makes me a certain thing. Because I am. I've said this in previous videos. I am a Jewish person. That I am a Jewish person. So therefore, I can't be anything that people might accuse me of being. Do you see what I'm saying? I've got all, basically I've got all the bases covered. That's what I'm doing. Right, information about the RV. Countries that have signed up for the RV, because this is my thing. I'm good at, this is my jam. The RV is my jam. The countries that have signed up for the RV can't have wars. Not allowed. It's part of the rules of the RV. Can't have a war. So just think about that, because that makes sense, doesn't it? What we do, and as I said, this is why I have not fallen out with Fraudy. What we do is dangerous. What we do, disseminating the intel, is dangerous, which is why I've had to go underground a bit. Not too much, because I'm back, but a bit. But it's dangerous. I mean, look at Wolverine. I mean, you know, when he's not, you know, shooting out metal from his hands and battling people, he's also giving intel. And it's a serious, dangerous business. Wolverine, where he is in Colombia, I don't know why he's in Colombia now. It must be, I don't know, it's part of the X-Men thing, I don't know. But where Wolverine is in Colombia right now, he has lost 2 of his deep intel informants. It's a dangerous game. It's really, we are heroes. We're really taking risks. Every time I come on and make a video and I'm talking about intel and I'm talking about the RV and I'm giving you lots of really useful, totally useful information that makes all that sense, I'm taking a risk. Even the white hats under the stairs say, what are you saying today, Lieman? Are you going to take a risk? And I say, I'm going to take a risk for my community. I'm going to take a risk because I love the people, and so does Bicky Peg. So I just want you to know that. That's what that's all about. Now, because of what's going on in the world, that's why Nasara Jasara needs to happen. There's only so much that I can actually say about the RV. Only so much that I can say. Because I've had to sign a multifaceted NDA, non-disclosure, I can't disclose basically anything about what I know about the RV. And, you know, Fraudy got told off by the lawyers for the QFS, which is a definite real financial system that's absolutely real, definitely going to happen real. Nasara Jasara, QFS, whichever comes first. But the lawyers for the QFS told Fraudy off for saying too much, because he was being bold, and he had to say what he had to say, and then the lawyers called him up and said, you've got to stop talking about it, because you are bound to your NDA, naughty. And he said, I am a bit naughty. And they said, we know you're naughty, Fraudy. I mean, look at him. He's a lovely chap, isn't he? Look at that face. We are friends again. We never fell out, but we're friends again now. But look, I mean, who can say no to that face? And he is completely in charge of the QFS. Look at him. You don't get a grill like that for not knowing what you're doing with finances. And you know, he knows what he's doing. Great, really great. And he's the guy who knows the stuff about the things, but he can't say because he signed an NDA. Right. We also do have to be very, very careful about this lot. who are just involved in everything at the moment. And what I will say, before I move on to talking about other things, is remember what they said about, you know, the current situation in that country being the last one. But I am, you know, obviously I'm a bit of a Jew, so I love everyone. I care about everyone. I care about life. I care about everyone. I do. I mean that. I care. And also, thank you for those asking after General Flynn. You've not seen General Flynn for a while. Hello, Tom. And she's very well. She is just relaxing at the moment because we've had a few other animals join us. General Flynn did have a bit of an altercation. With the pups, Nasara and Jasara. But they're thriving. I've got to say, Nasara and Jasara are up and coming and thriving. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, good. Speaking of people who are thriving, let's talk about this chap here. Let's talk about this chap in that white hat there. Let's talk about how well he's doing. And he is. Do you know, if I was to have a man crush, but I can't because I'm an alpha, but if I ever was to have a man crush, this chap would be it. He would. Now, look, he's doing great. He's completely trustworthy, absolutely trustworthy, and excuse me, and I believe that he is going to be coming out on top. That's all I'll say. Now, with regard to the situation that my cult organisation members are terribly upset about and getting a bit emotionally involved, if I'm honest, don't believe everything you hear and see, because the chances are, just like that time in Wales when that was released, and that thing that was placed inside one of these animals, that went off in there and no one heard it. They are using certain technologies in that place at the moment that's in the news a lot. And what they'll probably do is use a program to deliver a lot of rain. And when the rain comes in, the tunnels will be flooded out, just like they were in the UK, in London, you heard about that, and in Australia and loads of other places where I claim that there are, where are the tunnels, and obviously in the other place that this chap is currently dealing with. All of those tunnels are being dealt with as well. And so that's probably what all of this is about, really. But it all links back to the RV, which makes complete sense. All of it links back to the RV, and that's my area. So I can talk about that and tell you about that, because I know that you'll believe me and everything that I'm saying. So, as I say, we are a spiritual organisation. We care about humanity. We're humanitarian. We've got all the humanitarian projects going. Definitely. Really are definitely going. And once you have cashed in with the RV, your Zims, your dongs and all that business, once you've cashed in on that, you'll be able to start those projects. That's what we're going to do. That is definitely what we're planning on doing. And it's coming any day now, any time at all could happen, might happen, would possibly, maybe, could do. And when it does, you heard it here first. But obviously I can't tell you anything because of the NDA. It's complicated. I know it's I know it sounds like a lot of word salad, spiritual word salad nonsense, truth of word salad nonsense, but it's not. It's part of the NDA. And for those who can't see that, I'll just say, it's because you are brainwashed sheep, underdeveloped, and you don't see what members of my organisation see. See what I did there? I said see. I'm good, quite good. And that's why you don't get it. But everybody who is watching this on Shitey Networks gets it. If you're watching it on YouTube because somebody's stolen my video, a little upstart, you don't get it. And I don't expect that you would, because you're underdeveloped, completely underdeveloped. You don't see reality, you don't see how it is. There's nothing I can do to help, I'm afraid. I can't help you. But look, I'm going to be heading out now, but I just wanted to remind you before I go, we're still merching. We're a spiritual, we're love and light spiritual organisation, but also buy the merch. Buy the merch. Especially, look, we've got offers on the faux shield at the moment. One of my coordinators for Cornwall, Sue, he loves this. The faux shield is his favourite. I believe when he goes out driving in his motor car, he puts one of these on the seat before he sits down. And, you know, he always gets to where he's going relaxed and on time. So it's worth it. It's worth the 80 quid. Right, we sell those. Also, we've got the dark to light light. Remember the intel that I just gave you from that, which is completely, absolutely makes sense. And also the classic Patriot honker. If you've got a bicky peg like I've got, it is useful just to give it a quick honk to find out where she is, what she's doing. She's probably whittering on the phone to one of her menopausal friends, I don't know. But it is time to take the dogs out. Nasara and Jasara are starting to climb onto my leg in a very unnecessary fashion, which means that, come on Bicky Peg, take them out please. She's got to take them out. It's raining, I'm not going out in that. But Bicky Peg will, because she's dedicated to these animals. But yeah, if you would like a Patriot honker, you know where you need to go for these. We love the merch at my organisation, and just remain calm. It might look like the world is going to hell right now, but I'm here to tell you that the RV is coming any day now, and everything's going to be just great, just brilliant. Right, okay, I will see you again on my next update. Right, thank you very much. Do you know, if I was to have a man crush, but I can't because I'm an alpha, but if I ever was to have a man crush, this chap would be it. Right, hello, look, I am going to be quite firm in what I say here, but it has come to my attention that there is somebody who is disseminating completely inaccurate intel. And as you know, with my background, MI5, MI6, CIA, that I know about intel. And somebody who doesn't know about intel is somebody who has the audacity, the nerve, the ruddy nerve to call herself Intel Lady. It's no intel at all. If you are spiritually developed, you won't be watching her, because but if you're a sheeple, you probably are. There's no hope for you. No RV for you. Look, it's just how it is. So do not be subscribing to her YouTube channel. There's no decent intel for you to be listening to. Don't click like. Don't encourage it. And definitely don't go to buymeacoffee.com/interlady and buy her a coffee. Look, your money is going to be redundant soon. Once Nasara and Jasara is implemented, those coffees aren't going to mean anything at all to her. She doesn't even drink coffee. It's it's probably something a black cat would drink. So don't do it. Stop encouraging it. I will see you again on my next Shitey Networks update. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you know, if I was to have a man crush, but I can't because I'm an alpha, but if I ever was to have a man crush, this chap would be it.